Hi everyone, in today's video we are going to be talking about how to factor and expand linear expressions. Let's take a look at our vocabulary. The distributive property. That means to multiply the number outside of the parentheses to each number inside. So taking a look at this example here, 2 parentheses a plus 3, I would multiply 2 times everything that is on the inside, and it would result in 2a plus 6. My next vocabulary term is greatest common factor, which means the highest number that divides into two numbers. So if I have the expression 6y minus 9, I know that both of these terms can be divided by 3. So 3 would go on the outside of my parentheses. And I know that 3 multiplied by 2y gives me 6y. And 3 multiplied by a minus 3 gives me a minus 9. So both of these steps are the opposites of each other. You'll notice how here we are expanding, while on my other example we are factoring. Let's practice expanding a linear expression. Wallace made a quilt with a regular hexagon pattern shown. What expression represents the total length of the trim on the hexagon? So what this problem is telling us is that we're going to add a trim around the perimeter of our shape. So I need to know how long our trim needs to be. I see that one of the sides of my shape is 5x plus 2. So I want to think, how can I find the perimeter? How can I add all of these sides together? Well, I could start off by writing 5x plus 2 plus 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 5x plus 2, because that will give us the distance around our entire shape. But is there an easier way for us to do that? How many times are we going to have to add 5x plus 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can just multiply 6 times 5x plus 2, and it will give us the same results. It'll give us our perimeter. I'm going to draw my arrows because we have to distribute. That number on the outside of our parentheses is going to be multiplied by everything inside of the parentheses. So 6 multiplied by 5x gives me 30x. And 6 multiplied by a positive 2 gives me a positive 12. Let's practice some other examples where we want to expand a linear expression. So our first example says 2 parentheses a plus 3 parentheses. So that tells me I'm going to have to add a plus 3 plus a plus 3. So I'm adding this term twice. I'm going to distribute and draw my arrows. 2 multiplied by a gives me 2a. And 2 multiplied by a positive 3 gives me a positive 6. So expanding linear expressions is actually really helpful. Let's look at our next example. 5 parentheses y plus 6 parentheses. I draw my arrows. This helps me so that I don't forget to multiply any of my terms. So 5 multiplied by y gives me 5y. And 5 multiplied by a positive 6 is a positive 30. Moving along to our next example, I see here I'm starting to introduce some negatives, and I also have terms that have a coefficient in front of my variable. So 3 multiplied by 2c gives me 6c. And 3 multiplied by a negative 5 gives me a negative 15. For parentheses 3p minus 1 parentheses, I'm going to do 4 multiplied by 3p, which gives me 12p. And 4 multiplied by a negative 1. Remember that symbol in front of our number sticks with it. So 4 times negative 1 gives me a negative 4. Try these 4 problems on your own. Our first problem, 4 parentheses c plus 3. I'm going to draw my arrows. 4 times c is 4c. And 4 multiplied by a positive 3 is a positive 12. Two times h is 2h. 2 times a positive 6 is a positive 12. Two times 7f is 14f. 2 times a negative 3 is a negative 6. When you multiply 3 times 4k, we get 12k. And 3 times a negative 2 is a negative 6. Awesome. So let's take a look at when we're given another piece of information. So let's say that we've already expanded our expression, but now I want to write it with the parentheses. This means we have to factor the linear expression. You have to think to yourself, 3w plus 6. Well, what is the biggest number that both can be divided by? 3 and 6 can both be divided by the number 3, so that's going to go outside of my parentheses. And now working backwards, 3w divided by 3 gives me 1w, and 6 divided by 3 gives me 2. $15d plus 9. Both of these numbers can be divided by 3. So 3 is going to go outside of my parentheses. And again, we're working to find the terms on the inside. So 15d divided by 3 leaves me with 5d. And 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12m minus 20. Both of these terms can be divided by 4, so 4 goes on the outside of my parentheses. 12m divided by 4 is 3m. And now we want to be careful with our signs, so a negative 20 divided by 4 is a negative 5. 6p minus 15. Both of these terms can be divided by 3. It looks like I have a lot of examples using 3, and that's okay. 6p divided by 3 is going to give me 2p. And my negative 15 divided by 3 will give me a negative 5. Try these problems on your own. So we have a 9n plus 18. Both of these terms can be divided by 9. So 9 is going to go on the outside of my parentheses. 9n divided by 9 is just n by itself. And 18 divided by 9 is 2. Three f plus 30. Both of these terms can be divided by 3, so 3 goes outside of my parentheses. 3f divided by 3 leaves me with 1f. And 30 divided by 3, I'm left with 10. 6y minus 27. Both of these terms can be divided by 3. 6y divided by 3, I'm left with 2y. Negative 27 divided by 3 gives me a negative 9. And 4r minus 16. Both of these terms can be divided by 4. 4 divided by 4 gives me 1, so 1r. And negative 16 divided by 4 is a negative 4. I hope that you found this video helpful. Please let me know if you have any further questions.